Okay, as usual, I am having a fight with my camera. We're here at Ken's Gardens, which is across the street from Rohrer Seeds. And I'm gonna do my best to put this thing on pause and show you what everything they have, or at least the stuff I'm shopping for, without hanging up and starting over. Let's see if I can manage this. Anyway, when you first come in, this is their little interior section, and this is just like a taster buffet because this place is huge. And once again, I'm going to be putting this on pause and trying desperately not to hang up. This is the first greenhouse after you get to check in, and I don't usually spend a lot of time in here because, as opposed to when I lived in Philadelphia, I don't have a lot of room for houseplants. So, however, I am going to be shopping for some of the annuals, so we'll see. They have everything labeled like, ooh, calendula. So I apparently have to go get some of that. They'll have stuff labeled as cold tolerant, not cold tolerant. They usually have everything ready to go a little bit earlier than some of the other folks. Ooh. Well, I can see some things I'm going to need to get. But this is just the outdoor annuals. Snapdragons are always fun. I'm putting you back on pause, and we'll be heading to my favorite part shortly. So we're obviously heading into the herbs. This is pottery over here. And this is the part of the whole place that I spend most of my time. As you can see, this is just their thyme section. They've got lots of thyme. I spend lots of time here. That's their oregano. They have so many varieties of everything. They have multiple varieties of rosemary, mints. I'm always impressed with their thymes. Rose thyme. Who else has rose thyme? I mean, seriously. Nobody has this. Everybody has some thyme. You can get some thyme anywhere. And my cart is trying to run away. Sorry. And then you've got the bigger tubs. I mean, you understand why this turns out to be the section that I spend a significant amount of time in. Just the lavender section, all by itself. Amazing stuff. And the mints. And this rosemary ARP and Hill Hardy rosemary, which they might be out of, are two of the hardiest, rosemary ARP and Hill Hardy. And they are the ones that made it through winter. But they always label it. Like this says not a perennial in this area. This says perennial needs some protection. So they tell you. my gosh, mini mint. Itty bitty mint. Okay. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. I got the horehound here last year. It's huge now. It's doing really well. Hyssop, of course. The lemon verbena is an annual, much to my sadness. I wish it was a perennial, but can't have everything. The bronze fennel is a perennial here. And it drops seeds. And it's the host plant for the swallowtail butterfly, which is why I plant it. Because, like, I don't actually eat fennel. Anyway, we will go to the next section. So I will once again try to put this on pause. So, now this is the early season vegetables. Things that you can put out now. As we get later in the season, those tomato plants will be a lot bigger and they will be everywhere. And they obviously carry some Vago beds, as well as some onion sets. And need I even mention they have pansies everywhere. The next section is the outdoor section. It's just getting set up. Hang on a minute. Right now this section is a little bare, but it's a little bit later in the season it's going to be overflowing with plants. And they tend to divide them with sun lovers, shade lovers. Then over here you get the ferns, hostas, and grasses, and the pond plants will be set up over here. Now obviously right now there's just not a lot, but that of course is early season. And now we're gonna go to the shrubs and trees section. Yes, there's more. Before I leave the herb section, obviously we have aloe, but yes, they do recognize that the agastache or agastache is an herb as well as a pollinator plant. This is where I got my barrage, which they say 12 to 24, and I'm telling you that in my yard it tried to turn into like something that could eat a dentist. The salad Burnet, you don't see that very many places. You really don't. The other thing you don't see too many places is the Roman chamomile. Roman chamomile is the perennial version. The other chamomile is an annual. They're both chamomile, they're both great, but I like perennials. Anyway, I was on my way. We have to go back past the checkout to go out to the shrubs and nursery and the place with the edible fruit and all of that fun stuff. Ken's has all sorts of neat stuff. I could spend all day in here, honestly. In fact, several times I have. It is also extremely dangerous to my wallet. I'm putting the camera down because we've got people and I do not want to film them. There we go. And this way, pardon the banging as I go out. We go out to the outdoor section. It's huge. During the summer, where those behind where the truck is and everything, that will be all the summer annuals, like the tomatoes and everything. I'm gonna turn this off because you're mostly hearing my wheels on the asphalt. Hang on a second. Okay, so we got across the parking lot. We've got more blueberries and more fruit trees and more blueberries. That's Patriot. Yeah, over here too. Freedom, Jersey, Retta. That's bush cherries, ever-bearing raspberries. This is one of the few places that has American hazelnut. Not European hazelnut, American native hazelnut. I'm going to put this on pause for a minute. Sorry, but this is a gravel area and trying to move my cart is obnoxious. Persimmons. Eastern persimmon. Bush cherry, which I've got a bunch of. Fall gold everbearing, and here we go. American hazelnut. I've got one of these in my backyard. I'm probably going to have to move it because it's going to get too big. But unlike other hazelnuts, the European hazelnuts, they are self-fertile and very amenable to being trimmed. This is the native plant section. One of them anyway. It's the other thing I love about Ken's. They have got a lot of native plants. No, we're not done. We are not done. We're now behind. You see the blueberries are there. And then there's the Rescue Me section, which I have gotten several really good plants out of. And then there's this. Yeah. Isn't this the most amazing thing? And this is only part of it, but my legs are starting to give out. So hang on a minute. I am very glad I asked because I had somehow managed to go right past the pawpaws. And these guys are gorgeous. Now, there are fortunately lots of places around here to get pawpaws. But that's not true most places. So it's always good to see somebody selling them. One of our native plants. That's actually a good price for something this size. I'm used to buying little sticks, tiny little sticks that would not even pop up out of that sign. So, I am going to be getting going. Oh, patio peaches, little tiny beasts. These are so pretty. I love patio plants because I have a small yard. And you don't think you have a small yard until you try to put a tree in it. However, I am now going to go in and pick up my plants. So I will hang this up. Please like and subscribe and look at my other tour, quick tour of Rohrer seeds, which is across the street. And I will see you in another video. Have a good day.